There you go.
Well, well, welcome everyone to IBD National Training and everyone on the live stream as well. Thank goodness we got it going. So thank you for being here. And it seems like forever since I've seen you guys. So thank you for being here. I feel like I'm back with my wonderful friends, and that is awesome. We have had busy lives, like I'm sure you guys had. Did you guys have a great 4th of July?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we had a fantastic 4th of July. We went and spent it with David Fagan in LA, and so that was really neat. And we actually got to spend some time with Mark Victor Hansen and his wife Crystal, and so that was pretty cool as well. And so anyway, so we've been kind of busy doing LA stuff and with David and all that, but
you guys moving to LA too?
Not a chance.
They want us to, but so anyway, we have so many great things going, right? And the app is so close, you guys. I know everyone's just like waiting for it. But international registration is open. So who here has signed anyone up internationally? Nobody?
Registration?
No pre-registers?
No,
Oh, okay.
There's one in my line somewhere that's got somebody.
That's got somebody. Okay. So do you guys know how to do that? Should we go over that today? A little bit? Okay, that would be good. And then as far as events coming up, the 17th, this Friday, there is a mastermind. So if you have any high-level mentors, speakers, authors, those kind of people, if you get their names to us really quickly, we can get those people in. So that would be awesome. And then
just explain what that whole thing is and get the offers and the detail on it.
Oh, okay.
So we can, like,
Okay, so the mastermind is really great because it's like David Fagan's gonna be coming here and he's putting it on, and then Chris will be probably the highlighted speaker, right? So if you send anybody,
is it at Chris's house or where?
I'm actually not sure right now. The last one we had actually in this room, so I think maybe we'll do it here again. It's Friday. It's Friday.
Okay.
So it's usually 9. Yeah, it's usually 9 to 9. Yeah.
like 9:30 till.
We break at 6. If they need to leave for dinner, they can. But and just go, but if they can stay that whole time, then that's great. And so it's a fabulous way for high-level people to network with other high-level people, and it's very synergistic, and to get them exposed to Strongbrook, it's a great environment to do that. So email us. It'd be an awesome chance for you to get some good mentors in the system on your team. And so that's Friday. And then Saturday is going to be so awesome, you guys. It's a whole day on relationships. Who here could use a little help on relationships? I think everyone, no matter how great you have some relationships, there's always others that you can work on, right? Because we're all imperfect human beings. And so anyway, there's 8 speakers. So David and his wife are coming. They're going to be speaking. Nicolene Peck is going to be speaking. She's so amazing. Gerald's going to be speaking. Diana Wentworth is going to be speaking. And I don't know if you know who that is, but she was one of the first. She had a cooking show on TV for many years, and she was one of the first ones to put a cookbook in with chicken soul. So very good friends with Mark Victor. And she's just a really fun lady. She's just a really neat lady, and she'll be here for the mastermind as well. So if you're telling your people the kind of people that will be here, she was on TV for years and has been on Oprah and all that kind of stuff. So
did you say Diana Wentworth?
Diana Wentworth. In fact, I think I have. Yeah, this is one of her books. I think she's written like 10 books. And this is a picture of her, just so you can get the idea who she is. Wow. Okay, so that's the 18th. I'm trying to think. Oh, and Dan Clark, Hall of Fame speaker, is going to be speaking that day as well. So if you get on, strongbrookcalendar.com, you can just see the bios of everybody that's speaking, and it's going to be amazing. And then, so after that, the 24th through the 26th is a Live Success, and that's being put on by Roger Salam. It's in LA. So, and that's on the corporate calendar as well. You can find out all the details on that. Live Big Junior, Live Big Hero Junior is July 31st, and that's for kids. So that's an event that Gerald's doing for teenagers. And then on August 22nd, Kirk and Kim Douglas, Duncan Douglas, that's funny. Kirk and Kim Duncan have joined Strongbrook, and Cheryl's very excited, and Carl's very excited about that. And so they are participating in Strongbrook, and so on August 22nd, they are going to be creating a really huge workshop for all of us, and I think it's going to be free. And I'm not sure what other speakers they're going to have or bring on board, but that's going to be a Kirk Duncan thing that you can invite people to, you know, because you have there's a lot of Kirk Duncan fans around here, so that will be something. And then keep your calendar open for September 12th, because Kirk Duncan and Tammy Ward, they're going to be probably doing something that day as well.
What day?
September 12th. That one isn't set in stone, but August 22nd is so. So that's really exciting. And then for women's group, we're not going to do it this month. We're just going to start up again in August. I've just had too many events going on. So, but it is so good to be back with all of you. And the app, how many of you have seen the app? Have you seen it? Oh, you haven't seen it? Oh my goodness. Okay. So okay. No, but seriously, all of you can see it. You just get on Strongbrook Mentoring Network, and Chris has posted a picture of it.
Okay.
And in fact, I think in one of my last Rebels, I did send a picture of what it looks like. And so, yeah, okay, yeah. So you can't get into it yet, but you can see what it, kind of how it's going to be, and it's beautiful. And it's going to have, a radio show, an inspirational. The inspirational pushes, and and then they're going to be taking one of the courses from the vault and putting that as our freemium, right? They're going to rotate that, and that's going to be the way that they're doing that, and it's going to be really amazing. So those are our announcements. Those are the things that are coming up. So make sure don't miss Saturday and that's such an easy event to get friends to. Just have them come. It's on relationships, and but you do need to register. So make sure you go.
Does it start at 9 o'clock?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. But yeah, probably registration at 8. Is that right? Yeah. Just double check on strongbrookcalendar.com. Just go in there and see what everything's. Everything that's going on there. And the thing that you really can do, I know everyone's waiting about the app, but the thing that you really can get going on is the pre-registration for anyone that that's international, and you might just want to start thinking, I know you might think, oh, I don't know anybody, but really go through some of those lists, the jog your memory list, and just see if maybe maybe your hairdresser isn't international, but maybe she knew someone, what I'm saying? So be thinking about that. And with that, I'm going to turn the time over to you.
Sure you are.
Yes,
So I thought, I'm getting some text messages from people that say the link's not working, but I know it's working, but I don't know why they can't see it.
It says live.
Yeah, it says it's working. So for those of you that can see it, great. For those of you that can't, I'm really sorry. And for those of you that were here, thanks for being here. Most importantly, I want to thank Jane for kind of taking the time to share a little bit about the David Fagan experience that comes up on Friday, this mastermind. I just know that as you see David Fagan, and if you follow him on Facebook at all, and the different IBDs that have been using him to build their brand, he's worked with quite a few of them. The most recent was Ann Webb and Michael Cannon and Debbie Cannon, who are mentors in the network. And because of that, he'll be coming here on this Friday, the day before our big symposium, and it will really be a good opportunity for you to kind of sit down and go, if you know people that want to be authors or just want to harp on it more, just because it's a really cool approach to get people to really warm and fuzzy on what Strongbrook really is about, because while they talk about Strongbrook in detail during the mastermind, it's really not a Strongbrook mastermind. It's all about David Fagan and his business, but he imports Strongbrook in and uses it really smartly to help people. And there's someone on Trisha Dixon's team. I can't remember who. Someone invited someone to the last symposium on that when Jake spoke, Leslie Helsler spoke, and these people came. They saw the David Fagan foyer, the display outside. They talked, and they're just about to drop a huge dollar amount to hire him. We'll go through Strongbrook, which is going to pay this person a commission, and they never even joined Strongbrook. They just came to that free event.
Wow.
And they were out in California when we were out there. They drove out there.
Yeah, that's another way. Even if they don't join, that's another way you can make money. So,
even if they're not joining
you know,
Strongbrook,
if
exactly, they still take advantage of it. And because Strongbrook was the venue that connected them, then David Fagan's company rolls that collection. Actually, Chris Crone's company, Strongbrook, collects the revenue, is out a joint venture company, and then puts the rest into the comp plan.
So
And
there's,
so
there's a
it's-
couple ways you can do that.
There's a reason why we keep kind of promoting him. It's just because we found amazing value with what we've been able to get with them. But we also have seen it come from different people that aren't on our team. And yet they're really doing some things that some are on our team. It's just really good stuff.
One of the things with David Fagan that is so awesome and just showing the level that he operates at is for these events, he'll often fly in somebody, he won't even announce it. And then all of a sudden you're sitting in the room and there will be this individual that's like huge and coming to speak. And he didn't even announce who he's going to bring, because sometimes I guess he doesn't know until the last minute when he's going through his list.
Yeah, he gets his Rolodex out and makes a few calls to some people.
yeah,
And
I mean,
some people really appreciate what he's done for them.
Yeah.
And they'll book a flight and fly out here, like the guy that has the barbecue restaurants around the Mississippi one. I can't remember his name.
Okay.
Anyway, he's one. I'm like, he booked a flight, flew out here
Wow.
for that. Another one's an attorney in Florida who books a flight, flew out here. And now Diane Wentworth is going to come
Yeah,
and
I mean,
speak.
she's like
And she's
amazing.
one of
You
those
guys-
people. And so it's just kind of a cool thing. So I'm thinking if I know people that have a book in them or that really want a book, that's a perfect person to bring. Someone that you feel is just a really solid person that loves networking and connecting, that's looking to build their brand, and that you think would make a great impact for your Strongbrook business. These are the type of people you'd want to bring to this mastermind event, and it's free.
Is there a discount if they are with Strongbrook? Do they get, if they work with David Fagan?
Yeah. So the question was, if they didn't hear on the microphone, is there a discount if they work with Strongbrook? The answer to that would be yes. When he was here and did his presentation and allowed people to, for a $10,000 package, they could do all this icon builder stuff, that he charges much more for outside of Strongbrook. We watched him pay for it. We paid more than what people paid. So we paid before that event and we paid more. So he's done a few things of nice favors for us since then. Like, well, yeah, you did pay more and we did pay it, and that's just kind of the way it works. But we got value from it. I thought was enormous. But yeah, he does charge discounted packages through Strongbrook, and I don't know what it is right now. I'm assuming it might be the same thing if you look at the Strongbrook store, which I haven't for a few weeks. Good question though. And so that will either be here on Friday or it's going to be down by the Utah Valley
Yeah,
Convention
just
Center.
send us info and we can get whatever. Yeah.
If
whatever
you'll text or email us,
Yeah,
we
we'll
can
get that.
find out. We actually tried getting hold of Josh before this. We never did connect with them to get the location, but such is what it is. They're doing another event in Beverly Hills tomorrow night, and that's where David Fagan will be. And that's going to have celebrities and all sorts of people there. It should be kind of a unique one to be at. So we're leaving right after this meeting. No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say,
California again.
We
We were going to be
You were
there,
tempted,
but
huh?
yeah, we were very tempted. But anyway, enough of that. What I wanted to majorly kind of help get, last week I was hoping Stephen Miller would have been like take in just direct questions and just be in question mode, not presentation mode, like trying to get a message out to the masses. And so I really appreciate him doing that, by the way, last second while we were on the road driving here with no connection, no internet, et cetera, on our way back from California. But today I thought, why don't we open it up to any questions regarding the app, international registration, local registration. I was gonna pull it up here, and all I can get to do is pull up my ID pad on my computer. It doesn't show my screen, it just shows my, anyway, it's not working. So everything I tried, I couldn't get it to work. But rather than show you, I'm sure we can help talk some things through or answer questions. But I have seen questions right off the bat for anyone. I saw that you had one, so go ahead, Tricia.
Well, Chris had mentioned at the last thing at his house that anyone who enrolled on the free app could get commissions. So I want to clarify that, because some people say that that's not necessarily all the information.
Okay, that's a real good question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I give you my version of the answer? And with that being said, I'm not the company and I don't know the exact answer. So I'm going to give you my version of the answer because I don't know. I haven't got an answer direct from corporate. And when I say corporate, meaning Ed Hoyt is who I want the answer from. And Paul Jansen, because those are the two guys that are running the comp plan. But I don't have that answer. Because I have heard if you're on the app and you get it for free and you share it and someone else gets it for free and then they share it, someone else gets it for free, and someone buys something and it generates a commission, the computer will go upline and find the first active IBD that's eligible to get a commission. So if the first person that shared it, they're free but they're not active, they're not going to get an offer to get paid. And maybe they'll get an email that gives them the offer to become active. I don't know. But let's talk about this word active to receive a commission. Is that more like what your question
I think
is?
they will
Very
get, I think they do
important
get an email. I think they will get an email that offers them the opportunity.
So while I agree with what Jane just said,
I don't know that they do, yeah.
let's back a little bit, okay? Let's talk about what it means to be an active IBD because it changed July 1st. June 30th, if you were an IBD, and that month of June, you were to pay your $19.95, you were considered active. July 1st, if we don't have $19.95 to pay anymore, they've waived it, right? But they put in a new active requirement. So before we talk about the new, let's talk about the old.
Okay, do you guys all know that the 1995 is gone? Do you know that?
I didn't. I didn't.
Well,
Okay.
a bunch of people that signed up for the 99 mentoring thing, that 1995 went away, and now you're paying 99 instead.
Okay, so let me backtrack and clear the whole thing up, okay? So let's go back. It's March 1st and I'm an IBD and I've been an IBD for months. And I just know I've been paying my $19.95 a month. I'm not even subscribed to the mentoring network. I don't pay my $99 a month for anything. I'm just an IBD and I've been paying my $19.95 a month. And every month I got my feelers are out there. If I can find someone to join the business, I'm not going to pay mine. Why pay my $19.95 if I'm not going to make any money? I'm thinking it's an IBD. So I may not even pay my $19.95 a month if I don't think I'm going to make any money.
Yeah.
And this is what hundreds of IBDs were doing. Okay, no one
Raise
in
your
this
hand if you're
room,
doing it. No, just
but hundreds of others.
Yeah, but
They
most people had it just automatically taken out of their.
Most people did, but they would change their expiration date or something, and it would not get taken out.
Uh-oh.
So
And
this
then
is
they got
just
caught.
listen, just hear me out. So they would stop paying their $19.95, but if they saw that they were going to get a sell that month, and that they knew as long as I'd start my $19.95 by the end of the month, and that sell comes through the same month, then in 15 days on the 15th I'm going to get paid. And so that's what hundreds were doing,
Which wasn't very good for the
which
company.
isn't good for the company. It's not, but it is an end around. It's a workaround. So that's one suggestion, or that's one thing that was happening. Some people were before, Carl, you're right, paying their $19.95 a month. Then they joined the network to subscribe to maybe the map or the mentoring, and they started their $99 app subscription. Then their $19.95 went away. And for those that weren't on a $99 subscription, they still were paying the $19.95 if they were active. Okay, so this is, I'm holding this.
I was gonna
Okay.
say.
It's all right, I'll just leave it there, and we can set up maybe, last time I wrote on that, I used a permanent marker. So, whoops. So a person now, July 1st, nobody is paying $19.95 a month. If there's IBDs on your team and they haven't been subscribing to anything, and they've been paying their $19.95 a month, July 1st, they weren't charged, no one was charged. And everyone's considered a free IBD. So for all IBDs before July 1st, and anyone that signed up July 1st and beyond, all of us, there's no $99 starter kit. Now we paid for one, but now no one has to. There's no more $19.95 a month. We were paying it. We no longer have to. And anyone that signs up from now into the future, there is no $99. There is no $19.95 a month. There is no annual re-up fee, which was $50. I didn't even know that.
We didn't even know it either.
There is no fee.
Okay.
There's no fees.
Do they still get the starter kit?
Digitally, they get a starter kit digitally. It's all digital,
Because
which is the way they can do it.
Yeah.
Internationally, we had to go to digital.
And that's how they can do it for no cost.
Right.
So it's all free. So if a person now says, man, if someone wants to join the business and work the business, I'm diverting a little, so bear with me. If I find someone that wants to do the business with me, I'm not going to go up to them and say, you can do it for free and it's all free. I'm going to say, you need to do what the smart people do, and you come in at $4.99 and get on a $99 a month subscription either to the MAP PSA or the Mentoring Network. Because if you come into the $4.99, especially on the Mentoring Network side, you're qualified for 5 months to be paid 4 levels deep in the comp plan automatically, regardless of personal production. It's one of the qualify for a bonus pool that pays $2,000 a year, $500 every quarter, that you could qualify to be a partaker of if you come in at $4.99. If you don't come in at $4.99, you don't get that benefit. Plus the $4.99 level and $99 a month new sign up, you get about $1,500 worth of free tickets to these 1-day events and the 3-day events. Now, right now you see the Strongbrook's not charging for the 1-day event, right?
Right.
But you still have free tickets for them. The day's going to come, they will charge. It'll be $300. And I've got my 5 tickets that I can use at some point in the future, either myself or give them as gifts to get people interested and exposed to this mentoring network. That's a $1,500 free bonus for people that join at $4.99. Plus, anyone that builds a business and wants to open up a business, they usually are willing to take the $500 investment into themselves and start their business, like they would, just like we've done in the past. So now let's talk about July 1st and beyond. Did you have a question, Cheryl?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, and one thing that came to my mind when you were talking about the 5 months and everything, do you all realize that there is no more rolling 3-month period?
Oh.
It
There's
still
no-
shows up on your back office, but
Oh.
But it's cut off, like it's.
Okay, well, let's get to that when we talk about the comp plan.
Okay,
So that's a
okay,
good
yeah,
point.
so just remember.
Remind me to talk about that, because that's really
Yeah,
important.
that's important.
But I want to go talk about it right now, but I'm not getting. So remind me, okay, we'll have that be good, because that'll take a few minutes and it's really important. It's awesome, by the way, it's really awesome. So to answer your question, Tricia, what does it mean to be active in Strongbrook to earn the right to get paid? Here's the new definition. You have to be active in the current month you're in order to qualify to get commissions on the next month that's to come. You want to hear that? And then first thing, now I'll go back to that, but let's talk about what does it mean to be active. To be active, it means you're doing one of 2 things. It's one thing, it's just 2 ways to get it. You have to have a minimum of 60 personal commissionable volume points that month. So this is the line. If we want to get paid on what happens in August,
Well, if we want to get paid in August.
no, if we want to get paid on what
Happens in
happens in
In July.
Or
No, in
No,
August.
in August.
Oh, in
If you want to get paid on what happens in August and get that paycheck the next month,
Oh, you're saying, okay.
you'll need to be active this month. In other words, You've got to be active always a month in advance. To get the next month, you've got to be active the month before. To get any commissions the next month, so you could be right, you've got to be active the month before. So
just
in order
say
to get commissions
in August, you need to be
in
active
August, I've got to
July.
be active in July. What does it mean to be active? It means you have to have 60 personal commissionable points, PVC, personal volume
Personal.
What does that equate
points.
to?
So
That's your
the
$99.
$99 subscription used to give you 80 points. And now it gives you 60 points.
So that means you're still.
The $99 subscription used to pay $28. Now it pays $26. You pay $8, $8, $8, $666, and now it pays $666,444. So $2 was cut off the entire 7-level comp plan. In trade, for us not having to pay $19.95 a month. In trade, for us not having to pay $99 to get started. In order to fund the freemium, they're trimming the commission side by $2. Makes sense? And because they're trimming it by $2, it is also trimming the volume points from 80 to 60, but that's okay. We'll talk about that in a minute. That's what Jane was talking about.
Okay, now, what if your team, you know, from you and whatever is down below you, they're doing, let's say, 2,000 points a month or whatever. Do you still have to get your 60 points?
Yep, so this is,
Even if the rest of your
Yeah.
team's doing it?
so here's the question. We could have 100,000 points, and in July, we could have 100,000 points and no personal points and get paid. In June. In July, we can have 100,000 points, and if we don't have 60 personal points, we won't get paid the next month with our 100,000 group points, like what you were just talking about. So how do you get back to the one, subscribe yourself to one of the products and you start paying your own $99. And of course, when you get your 3 that do the same thing, you no longer have to pay your 99, but you still get your 60 points. The other way is retail sell. Sell someone that just wants to subscribe to the mentoring network and they want to pay $99. When you do and you enroll them, it's a personal sell. It's not, they're not an IBD, they're not wanting to do the business. They're just a consumer of it. Maybe they can buy it off the internet and they subscribe to it. It creates personal volume points for you. And if they maintain it every month it's personal volume points to you. So you don't have to sell one every month. But if you did get one person signed up that's not doing the business, they don't get the personal points because they're not doing the business. They count as your personal points because it's a customer. So there's 2 ways to always know you're active. Be a purchaser of your own product and have your own points, or enroll one person as your retail customer, and as long as they're paying it, you'll also get the 60 points.
Or get your 3 in.
Does that mean?
Get your 3 in free.
And you're like perfect segue for the next step. So
Sorry.
someone asked, Tricia said, how can someone, we tell people you can be on this app for free and you can join the business for free and you never have to pay a penny to earn a commission. That can be done. Now, for someone that literally has no money and they really want to play in this business, how do you get it $99 free? $99 free.
Have
You
three.
gotta
And
be
refer
involved.
3. So what if I'm not
They
going
have
to
to
But
be
even?
they have to
paying
be
it
paid
too.
the
Yeah,
99.
that's-
One of them
yeah.
drops out.
That's fine. So let me just bear with me here.
then
I'm a
you
new
lose it.
person. I don't have $99 to subscribe, but I have an attitude that says I'm going to go find people to make it. I could for free I could for free see the app and get whatever's free on the app, dollars worth. I could sell my first one, and they are and I'm not getting paid the $28 commission because I'm not active. $26 commission. Thank you. I'm not active. So it goes to the next person active. So what? I'm not in any dollars yet. I'm just not getting, and maybe the next month I subscribed. I don't get that $2 a month either because I'm not active. In the 3rd month, maybe it takes time. Now, magically, I referred 3 as long as they're still paying. I no longer have to pay $99, so I can get access to it for free. And the fourth person and anyone thereafter that I refer, I get paid the $26 a month. So literally, I could work this system for zero cost ever, and I'm only giving up a $75, $78 a month because I'm passing up the first 3 people I get if in a perfect scenario.
And that's important that you forever pass those 3 people up.
Yeah,
You're
they're
never
just-
gonna get commission on those people, even once you get into that.
That I don't know if that's true or not. I know in other businesses that could be true. The question is, what if you are now active and it's searching for the enroller, which is you? You
Yeah.
just now are active to receive a commission, and now you might get that commission.
It seems like.
So Tracy, I don't know about
Okay,
that for
I
sure.
don't
You
think
could
that,
be right, and that's just a question I'm not sure of.
So does it automatically, if someone gets something free, has it for free, and they get 3 people, does it automatically make them all of a sudden get the commission, or do they have to do something?
They'd have to do another person, right?
To get their 3 people, yeah, well, put it this way. Once you are getting 60 points a month yourself, because you referred 3 people, let's say that you 3 months to do, and now you're active and you're not paying your $99 a month, but you're getting it for free, so it is giving you your 60 points.
And so
The
that's
next
how-
month, those 3 people that you did refer, the 3 previous months, should pay you $26 each. That's how it should be. Because each month the computer goes and says, well, is he active this month?
Right.
No,
yeah.
it goes to the next person, but the person stays with you. So I think that would be inaccurate, I would think. Does that make sense? So once you refer your 3 people in, you'll start getting the commissions from those 3 people.
Because they're still on your team.
Because they're still,
Yeah,
They're not given to
they're still
someone.
connected to you.
Yeah,
So the company just compresses commissions, which is very cool. They don't compress the people. They don't like cut you out and move the people up and then put you back. So it only compresses the dollars, not the people, so that would make that, does that make sense?
And it
but
kind
that wasn't my understanding. But
Okay.
anyway, that's okay.
Okay, so-
I hope it is that way.
yeah.
That would be awesome,
Well,
but it could
So
very
with all
well.
that being
Somebody has
said,
to
yeah,
find
this
out.
is my Gary Norris hat.
Okay,
And I'm an
Yes.
IBD.
but also
Or-
talk to them about compression. I don't know if they all know what that means.
Well, I don't want to touch on it a whole lot, but just know that
Confusing.
whenever commissions are earned on the free app to someone that buys a $3,000 PSA or a $16,000 PSA, whenever revenue is generated and a commission is earned, the computer is going to go look for the active people to pay the commissions to.
Mhm.
And if it's a 7-level comp plan and it's a sale that happens on your 4th level, but the 3 people between you and that person, they're all 3 aren't active, they don't have their 60 points. Guess who's that big check's going to? It's going to go up and find the first person that can pay. Or if it's not the big check, it's going to go up and find the first person that can pay. Does that make sense? Presses up every month. Yes.
I've had someone who paid $4.99, it's quit for $99. So where are they now? What status do they have? Are they not?
Inactive
Are they?
or
Do
delinquent.
they? have-
They pay their $4.99, but they're no longer paying the $99 a month for development or the map. Either one, doesn't matter. Map. So,
For the 5 months.
They're-
they're still-
well, I don't know if they've been signed up for, all I know is right now they don't have access to the team. Their map is dormant. They can just reactivate it and restart everything up without having to go pay the months they weren't paying. You can stop your $99 a month for a given amount of time. It could be 3 months or 6. That would be support@strongbrookdirect.com. Email them and ask them that. And or call Brian Hunt or walk and knock on his door. But for those watching, for questions like that, just email support@strongbrookdirect.com and ask us. Those are good questions, and I don't.
But they wouldn't be up, they wouldn't be, with the new free thing, they wouldn't be just,
Yeah, they get access to everything for free now. They can subscribe, they can see when the app comes out, and that's when the free content will be available, whether on the app or on your desktop or your laptop. They'll be able to see all of that, and they've never been in the Mentoring Network. And they'll have websites that they can still show people to give out game plans. They just won't have access to the map team because they're not paying the map subscription. Makes sense?
They don't have access to everything that's bots, right?
No, they have access to what the free stuff is,
Yeah.
just like anyone else would. Does that make sense? Okay, where did we leave off? We talked about,
Rolling.
okay, we'll get to the rolling 3 months. Is that what you were going to say? Go ahead.
if you sign up for the mentoring free, you're still able to sell the real estate.
Yes. For instance, all these people right now that are registering for the free, to be an IBD for free, if they're in America, they're actually signing up to be an IBD. They get a website, they get everything. They can request game plans, people can join, and you get paid a $3,000 commission on a $16,000 PSA. If you are active, you will get paid $3,000. Correct? Does that make sense? Now, before, as long as you paid your $19.95 that month, you were always guaranteed commissions on your own sales. Now, the only way to guarantee the commission on your own sales is to be active. Waive the $19.95 a month. So that person would be, as long as they're active, yes, they're free. They got a website, they can promote it. And for people registering internationally, all of them, even though they're not submitting much, just name and email and their country, they also create a password and a username, and they immediately have replicated websites anywhere in the world. It just asks them, what country are you from? And we get 7 choices. So someone that's in Indonesia could technically check the Canada box, and they will be a free active IBD. In those countries, can they get paid yet? No. But they all have self-replicated websites, which allows them to what? It allows you to get other people to sign up for the free app. And as soon as the country is open to pay commissions, the company announces it. And those 7 countries will be the first ones that get paid a commission. New Zealand being one of them. That's how we met. It was way back in the day. So does that help answer that question? Okay. Rolling 3 months, is that where we are right now? Be good. Okay, so why did Strongbrook even let us have a rolling 3 months to be considered active? Anyone remember why? I'll tell you why. It's because some people would say, you know what? At the time, we were only selling real estate. We didn't even have a MAP PSA. And PSAs, this $8,000 or a $16,000 transaction, they don't just happen, 3 times a month or sometimes once a month. So what happens if you get a $16,000 PSA? You make $3,000. That's awesome. You get 10,000 points, which is also awesome, 10,000 volume points. But then a month can go by and you do nothing. Another month can go by and you do nothing. Another month can go by and you get another PSA sale. Well, if they were just making you be qualified on your points every month, and it disincentivized all of us. So they spread it out over 3 months and said, hey, here's your points based on every 3 months of rolling points. Does that make sense? But they're going away with that now. They're not going away. They've gone away with it. And here's why. Because the points have dropped by 90% too. The qualifications for rank advancements. What did it take to be a sales supervisor before July 1st? It took 50,000 volume points. You could spread that 50,000 points out over 3 months, which was still, what's the math on that? 15,000, 17,500-ish. That's an average of 17,500 points a month. Does that make sense? That's what it used to be. Now to be a sales supervisor, guess how many points you need? 5,000.
Yeah.
But you need 5,000 that month. So it's about a $2,500 on average, not dollar, 2,500 points on average reduction on what you needed to before. Does that make sense? Instead of needing an average 17,500 points, now it's just 5,000. So that's a really big reduction.
Yeah, not 2,500. It's like
25.
great. It's huge.
That's like 7,500 less points. It's a huge. Does that make sense?
50,000 to.
So we went from 50,000 to 5,000.
But are the numbers on?
There you go.
Too?
So when you sell a PSA, you still get 10,000 points. That hasn't changed. But now what's changing is the fact that yes, real estate, the PSAs is the breadbone of the backbone of Strongbrook, but the big push right now is mentoring network and this app, which will give people the exposure to the big picture.
500, not 5,000.
Oh, great, yeah.
Oh, look at that up here.
That's amazing. You guys realize
Thanks,
how
brother.
amazing that is? You can just sell
So a sales
with
supervisor-
2,500.
Oh yeah, thanks. It went from 50,000 down to 2,500.
Yeah,
Instead of 50,000 over 3 months, 2,500. Thank you for that correction. Holy cow.
So,
That's,
But,
I mean,
okay, question over here?
So if you're a sales manager, do you have to re-qualify every single month?
Yes. And if you were a sales manager before, you needed 250,000 points, and now you need 25,000 points.
Yeah.
That just made our life easy, because we weren't hitting the 250. We're sales managers. We haven't been averaging 250. We've been averaging like 125, and now just dropped down. So for us, this is going to be awesome. For us, we're well over the 25,000, and that just gives us a 2% bonus on the entire comp plan for us. Does that make sense? So the only points that dropped was the mentoring network and the MAP PSA. Those are the points that dropped. It went from 80 points to 60. It dropped by 20%. I'll just call it 20%. But this dropped by over 90%, the requirement, which is a huge incentive for people to just say, you know what, to match out the sales supervisor position. That's a great thing. I need 2,500 points. I get paid on 5 levels. To be paid on 7 levels, all 7 levels of the comp plan, you used to need 150,000 points over 3 months, 50,000 a month. You now need 10,000 points
In 1 month.
in a month. If you get 10,000 points, you're paid on all 7 levels of the comp plan. Does that make sense? That's a huge,
that is gonna help
huge
so
difference.
much.
So this will be able to really help people with rank advancements, really help people to take advantage of the levels of the comp plan to pay you on more levels. So the big key is, the takeaway is, probably the biggest takeaway is make sure I'm personally getting my 60 points a month. I need to get someone on the app or on the map that just wants to be on. We had one enroll actually this week, Ryan Armstrong. Ryan Armstrong or Matt Park got someone in Washington. They just wanted a $99 map. They're not doing the IBD thing. It's a personal sell to Matt. It's a personal sell to him. He'll get those 60 personal points every month. Well, he's not on the mentoring network, but if it was a person who was trying to work their way in it for free, it's a classic example of it working right there. Did I describe the rolling 3 months okay? There's more clarity on that. The reason we're not doing it anymore is it's not needed. And they dropped the qualification points by about 9%. Make sense? Okay, so that was the original question was, what do we have question-wise regarding the free app or the freemium services? And we just had to cover all that background to help us establish like a baseline, so to speak.
One quick question. Could somebody move from the map over to the conscious creator?
I don't know if they can or not.
I don't think so.
Support at
Okay.
Strongbrook, and I would ask them.
Yeah, you can ask him, but.
I don't know. They might. I don't see why they wouldn't. You might say, I don't want to stop doing that. All you're doing is stopping a payment here, starting a payment there.
I don't know.
So I don't see why they wouldn't let you.
does their active status date depend on when they signed up? So do you have to go and look at, or is it everybody all the same day whenever they're, you know what I'm saying?
No, not sure.
Well, so when you're checking to see if people are active,
Hmm.
are you going by, is that active date based on when they?
So that's a very good question. So before, it was really hard to figure that out, right? But now that you have to be active in a month, when the month closes out, the next month you're considered active because the last month you had the points. So that answers the whole question. So on the first of the month, you'll know your entire team who's active. And they'll be active all
So that's
month
nice.
because they qualified for it the month before to be active or not active. So
You wanna look at the end of the month and look and see who's not active and.
you know what, if you're looking at the end of the month to see who's not active, yeah, that would be a strategy. You look at the end of the month, but yeah, I see what you're saying. As a strategy, you could ensure your team is active. If you see that they're not active by the end of a month, say, you might want to make sure you're active. Next month, you'll be active. It will allow you to get paid next month. Make sense? So here's another question. I don't know the answer to this, but I want to bring it up because we all should be asking this question. They just made this switch in July 1st. So for our points this month, in August, we're going to be able to be considered active. So whatever we do in August will pay us in September. But this went to effect July 1st. So what happens if June, I wasn't active, and now it's July, am I gonna get paid? I don't know the answer to that. So if you're wondering yourself, email support@strongbrookdirect.com and say, with this whole switch room, the active requirement, am I considered paid? Me is gonna just play last month's comp plan and pay it if they're someone who's active under 1995, but I don't know the answer to that. But from here forth and forward, we want to be active. Either personal sell or subscribing to one of the programs yourself. How you doing, Chris?
And one of the reasons for that is it's very important for an MLM company to have normal customers that are, that aren't IBDs. It's actually important for legal reasons that we just have clients and customers and that not everyone is an IBD.
That is one awesome thing with Strongbrook. We have so many customers of this company that are not business builders. They're truly customers because they buy a PSA, they do real estate, and so many of them don't want nothing to do with the mentoring network, or nothing to do with the marketing program. They just want to buy houses. And now this is neat because the mentoring network will build in some major customers along the way as well. Any other questions? Comp plan, freemium.
Just for clarification for my confused head. So I bought into IBD, $4.99, paid $99 a month. Then I bought Conscious Creator, $4.99, paid $99 a month. And I assumed I was paying $19.95. What am I paying now?
Okay, so when you subscribe to your first $99 a month, that should have waived your $19.95 requirement. So you're still paying $99 only. Was that on the MAP PSA?
No, it was just IBD.
Oh, you paid your $99. You paid $4.99 and $99. You bought a PSA, did you not?
Yes.
Okay. You bought it. You purchased a PSA to buy houses, correct?
Yes.
So you paid $8,000 or $16,000.
Right.
And you were only charged an additional $99, right? And then you got a little kit that came to you, plus you got the DVDs probably that came to you, and that came for free as a discount because you bought a PSA. They gave you that $4.99 as a gift, and you paid $99 for your marketing kit. And then you started paying $19.95 a month. So your marketing kit you still have. Today, if you were to sign up for the same PSA and you wanted to get the marketing kit, they wouldn't mail anything to you, and they also wouldn't charge you $99. They would just say, check your email and you're gonna get it all digitally. And it'll be on a back office on a computer screen, and you're in for free. And no $19.95 a month. But then later, you, in your example, you subscribed to the mentoring network. Is that what you did?
Yes.
And you paid $4.99 and $99 a month. And when that happened, your $19.95 a month went away. So you might want to check your records and make sure you weren't being charged $120 a month. Because if you were, they will refund you those $19.95 months. So now
She should be paying.
you should be paying $99 a month for your mentoring network unless you refer 3 people, and then you're not paying anything. But you're considered active every month because you're either paying it or you're getting it for free.
Okay, and then I have somebody who is paying the 99,
Okay.
so,
Oh, okay.
and then that's $16.60.
If they're not marketing, they're not an IBD, they're just paying.
Yeah, they're just paying.
So that would give you 120 points a month. So you're extra secure. Yep. Yep.
Just gotta get 2 more.
That helped. Yeah, if you
Right,
do more,
yeah,
then yours is free.
yeah, then you get-
So real quickly, how do you even keep it for free? The computer looks every month and says, oh, Gary and Jane are subscribed at $99 a month. Do they have 3 people that are at least paying that? And it looks at the end of the month, and if they can find 3 personal people that are paying $99, then the next month we're not going to be charged $99. And then at the end of the next month, they do the same thing. And if they only find 2 people, then the next month we're going to be charged $99. That makes sense?
Yep.
So we'll never know when unless we know. The computer just automatically does it.
Gary, you know that.
Unless you've got a dozen people paying $99, and you probably won't have to worry about couple of them dropping off.
That's what you want, that's what you
So-
wanna do, is make sure that it's
Yeah,
not just you only have.
Yeah, my
three
point is,
people.
make sure that you have,
Several.
several that are on there. And so if one fills out for a month or two and they're not active, you'll still not have to pay your $99. So it's something to be aware of. Questions regarding anything?
Okay, the international sign up then. If we don't really know anybody in any other place in the 7, then we don't sign up for that until we find somebody, right?
No need to.
Yeah, you don't.
It's just there for people that would like to take advantage of the app when it is available, and you can facilitate it for them, and that puts them in your downline if they ever do become active and share. So, yeah. Makes,
But we don't have to register for the international.
no, we don't have to register for anything, and I have noticed that
People have been asking.
50 people in our team have registered themselves as a free IBD. We don't need to. We just are automatically grandfathered in as free. No more need to pay the $19.95. We'll get the app notification when it's out.
What about the people that were, say they were on my team, they were inactive, I want to then go ahead and back up for the.
They don't need to sign up. They'll just become active now. Right now, we talk to them and say, do you know that you're an IBD already? For free. Every one of them are.
So now
Your team is an IBD that has an active website that can share the websites.
no kid.
They're not active as far as qualified to get a commission.
Gary Norris, I want to say hallelujah. in this room.
Nothing like bringing back the dead, right?
Today's a resurrection morning.
I don't think the guys that paid the $4.99 but quit paying $99 is free IBD right now. They just tried to pull up his website and it's not.
And it wouldn't work? So at some point, they've got to turn a switch on that lets them work. And one case by case, I'd be calling them immediately and saying, hey, will you turn my IBDs? support@strongbrookdirect.com and just say, hey, IBD, this name, this IBD number on my team, what do I have to do to make their websites work? Because they should be able to just click a button and turn it on. And I'm sure that that's gonna happen automatically, probably waiting until the app comes out. I don't know why I thought it was already activated. So that's news to me. When's the app coming?
It's in,
I have no idea.
I mean, it's in.
It's been submitted to
it's
Google
been
and
submitted to Google and
iTunes.
Apple,
but-
and so we're just waiting for them to say it's bug free.
Hey, that's at least what they tell us. What do I know? Maybe they haven't even got it yet. Maybe it's not even submitted. And it should be any day.
It's like waiting for a baby to be born.
I heard,
It's like it's coming, it's coming.
I heard Chris Crone on a 3-way phone call with somebody put him on the phone with, who was a high level person. And that's the first time I got to hear certain words come out of his mouth that would have had a date on them, and it was the 3rd week of this month and weirdness. So he said 20th of July-ish is when they're all going to go active, and before the end of the month, the 7 countries could be turned on. So,
But honestly, it really is up to you.
We're in a holding pattern
So,
right now.
you know, so,
we'll see.
but that doesn't mean, I mean, you can get your international people going.
We have kind of one neat thing. Leslie Householder, the Jackrabbit Hacker lady, she has a nice following, a nice list, and she sent an email out to her list, and we watched about 150 people sign up in 5 hours through her email on her link, and they were just getting it for free. It's kind of cool. And then of course we started getting the phone calls and emails saying with all people from all over the place, and about 30 of them were international. They're like, I'm in Malaysia. What's a 3-way call? Oh boy, it's interesting. So it'll be a lot of fun. Any other questions? Was this valuable at all today? Was this helpful?
Yes.
Okay, I hope so. I wish this was working and I could have pulled it. Oh, it's 1/4 after. I wanted to leave on a note. I wanted to read something. Can I read something real quick? Do you guys have? Allow me to have 2 minutes?
You're at 17, so.
Okay. I gotta pull this up on Facebook. I gotta hurry and find it. Will I be able to in time? The answer to that is yes. I saw this post today. I read it, and it went so perfect with what I wanted to talk about in more detail today. We're gonna
Yeah,
talk
we'll
about
have
the
to do
difference
that
between a
next
doer and a dreamer, or both. Because I think there's a great component to both of them. However, anyone recognize this guy?
Rocky, Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, and recognize that guy? Rocky, Sylvester Stallone.
Go Rocky.
Does anyone know the story of Rocky? The story of how that movie came to be? Does anyone know the story of how Rocky or Sylvester Stallone became Sylvester Stallone? Do you know that, Chris? Have you heard the story?
It's been a long time. I've heard it.
I had heard it before and I had forgotten a lot of it until today it was refreshed because someone made this post. And I just want to share it with you. This is one of the saddest stories ever told in Hollywood. His name is Sylvester Stallone, one of the biggest and most famous American movie superstars. So the person that wrote this is not in America. And I not only think it's a sad story, but back in the day, Stallone was a struggling actor by every definition. At some point, he got so broke that he stole his wife's jewelry and sold it. I didn't know that, but I knew this part. Yes, he slept at the New York bus station for 3 days. He was unable to pay rent or afford food. His lowest point came when he tried to sell his dog at the liquor store to any stranger. He didn't have money to feed the dog anymore. He sold the dog for $25 and he walked away crying. 2 weeks later, he saw a boxing match between Muhammad Ali and Chuck Wepner. That match gave him the inspiration to write the script for his famous Rocky. He wrote the script for 20 hours. He tried to sell it and got an offer for $125,000. What did he do with that offer?
Stick it.
Stick it. What did he say he wanted instead?
He wanted to star him.
He's like, I want to star in this movie. Like, I'm going to leave star in the movie. You're kind of funny looking and you talk weird, right? He is. And he's like, no, I want 125,000. He had one request. He wanted to star in the movie. He wanted to be the main actor. Rocky himself, and the studio said no. They wanted a real star for this script. They said that he looked funny and talked funny. He left with the script. A few weeks later, the same studio offered him $250,000. He said no. Then they offered him $350,000 and he refused and walked away. They wanted the movie, but they did not want him. That gives me chills. After a while, the studio agreed. How much did they give him for the script? $35,000 that you can star in it. And he took it.
The deal.
He took the deal. He left. The rest is history. The movie won Best Picture, Best Directing, Best Film Editing at the Oscars. He was nominated for Best Actor. The movie Rocky has been included into the American National Film Registry as one of the greatest movies of all time. Now, do you know the first thing he did with his $35,000? He went and bought his dog back. How did he do it? He went to the liquor store and he hung out for 3 days. And he saw the man that bought his dog come by. And he offered him the $25. The man said, heck no. How much did he pay to get his dog back? Do you know?
It was a couple of grand.
Yeah, $1,500. I might be wrong. Let me look. It could be more. 15,000. This says. I don't know if it was true. It says I offered him 100. He said no. I offered him 500. The guy refused. I have him 1,000. Yet he still refused. And believe it or not, Stallone had to pay 15,000 for the same dog he sold $25 just. Today, the same Stallone who slept in the streets and sold his dog just because he couldn't even feed his dog anymore is one of the greatest movie stars who ever walked the earth. Being broke is bad? Really? It could be really bad. Have you ever had a dream, a wonderful dream, but you're too broke to implement it, too tiny to do it, too small to accomplish it? Dang, I've been there and been there too many times. Life is tough. Opportunities will pass you by just because you are a nobody. People will want your products, but may not want you. Is that tough? I love what this guy's saying. People want your product, but they won't want you. It's a tough world. If you ain't already famous or rich, get connected. You'll have, if you're already famous, rich, or connected, that it's rough. Doors will shut on you. People will steal your right, steal your glory, steal your cash, steal your hopes, steal your dreams. Will you still push forward? Is the question. Will you allow your dreams and hopes to be crushed? Will you allow yourself to be so broke that you'll give up on your dreams, never let them crush that dream? Whatever you have to do to keep your dream alive, even when people are trying to crush your dream, never back down, never stop working. No one knows what you are capable of except yourself. We'll judge you by how you look and what you have, but please fight on. Fight for your very place in history. Fight for your own glory. Never, ever, ever give up. Times. I personally felt that way many times. We still push through. We have been pushing to fight the Strongbrook for 4 years. It is not even the company that I maybe taking shape 4 years ago when we uprooted and moved down here. Yet it's in the direction that it's going, I would have never dreamed. And I still feel like it's the best direction the company could be going, even though it's not what I expected. And I will say, you may start your journey with certain people in your life, you'll probably end your journey with different than what you started with. The important thing is that you keep your individually. It's about you. It's about you. It's about me. It's about us. No one deserves to steal your bounce. You're jumping on a trampoline, someone's trying to take your bounce, don't let them steal your bounce. Chad Way taught me that. If they're watching his kids jump on a tramp, ooh, that was fitting. I think we'll end with that. We're done. Keep that rolling, that's awesome. That was really good. Overtime. Way overtime.
I want you to keep speaking once I've had the music going.
Keep on rolling.
I want to see you run up the steps as well.